Hey guys, Crypto Sunday, and can't remember this in a long while. Pretty much dead flat for the week. Has been sort of rather quiet, um, but a little bit of news going around. More sort of regulation talk. The UK sort of doesn't really seem to know what it wants to do. It's sort of introducing some potential new regulations, most of which seem to be a little bit negative. Nothing too bad, but I guess sort of more certainty, if anything, would help. But it's sort of cracking down on money laundering and sort of crime and that sort of thing using crypto. Nothing sort of too positive, even if Rishi and sort of some of the other MPs say they want to make Britain a crypto hub. So, not quite sure how you do that without some sort of slightly more positive regulation, maybe sort of making it more monetary and sort of opening up the ETFs and that sort of thing. We still, as far as I'm aware, have banned basically anything to do with crypto sort of in ISAs and that sort of thing. I'm not allowed my crypto Bitcoin ISA, even though they're allowed it in Europe. So, yeah, first step would be releasing that, I would say. People getting a little bit excited about the FOMC meeting this coming week. If it's 0.5% and sort of indicating that's about as far as they're going to go, or maybe 0.25% more, then I think people are going to see this as positive. The last sort of words out of Jerome Powell was that they're going to sort of slow down the rate hikes, so we're expecting 0.5%, and everything sort of went bullish from that. But people also looking at another sort of chart potential indicator, the sort of long term 10-year Chinese bonds rate compared with Bitcoin. Not sure whether this is just sort of coincidence, but yeah, it does seem like when bond rates finally start rising again, you get a reasonable bull market. This could be, as I say, pure coincidence, but is a rather interesting chart. And this was an interesting video. If you want to sort of check it out on CoinDesk, I shan't play it, but yeah, sort of going over potentially smaller central banks of smaller countries wanting to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet because they need to get access to dollars to pay for things. So most sort of smaller countries would be buying energy and various sort of commodities in dollars, and sort of maybe their currency is not doing too well, and they don't have an easy and liquid way to get dollars, where sort of Bitcoin could be that. There's sort of suggestions that they could be using other currencies or gold, but yeah, it's an option to have Bitcoin. You can easily sort of move it into stable coins and into dollars, sort of anywhere in the world. Log in to sort of pretty much any exchange. So yeah, potential for sort of central banks in they're talking Ghana, Nigeria, South America. There's a possibility there, maybe sort of a little bit optimistic, a bit too optimistic, but we'll see. And I always love this stuff. ECB, you could see this as sort of pretty negative. A very big entity like the ECB saying this is Bitcoin's last stand, but I sort of see this as rather bullish, as a lot of people are. I don't see why they would even come out and address it. Really, sort of crypto industry is pretty small, and they've been quite vocal about it. And I don't really see how Bitcoin sort of dies just because of FTX, and that's sort of the main thing that they're quoting. But yeah, sort of interesting long piece about how this is basically the end for crypto. Um, I think them and a lot of banks and sort of big US banks are saying that there's sort of potential for blockchain, and some of them are interested in stable coins and that sort of thing. But yeah, they're basically saying it's the end for Bitcoin. The usual sort of stuff that they promote, money laundering and crime and that sort of thing, and it's going to be regulated out of existence Bitcoin is rarely used for legal transactions. You sort of see this from most people. It's mainly used for crime, even though it's sort of been proven that crime is like 0.5% of global volume every year. But yeah, they like to say that. The sort of vast majority of transactions are basically sort of speculation on the price, sort of in a similar vein to gold speculation, I guess. But yeah, ECB are not happy. And just having a look at the portfolio for the week, as I say, hasn't moved overall, but we've got Bitcoin up just over 1%, Ethereum up 1.5%, Cardano down 2%, Solana up 1.7%. These are all very small moves. Chainlink not faring so well, down 5.5%. Polygon up 0.4%, which is good. Kind of want that to just sit where it is really for the next month, ideally, and then sell out of that and back into other tokens. Haven't decided which yet. XRP is pretty much flat, less than 1% down. Quant down 5.5%, so it's not doing too well. Gala up nearly 3%, but that's sort of quite a bit down from where I bought. Basic attention token up down 1.5%. Audius down 4.3%. That's not doing too well. Power Ledger up 1%. So yes, it's a slow week, but I guess we've got a big week coming with the inflation news and FOMC interest rate rise. As I say, sort of expectations are 0.5%, and he's going to say they're slowing down and sort of potentially even pausing after that, but they might do a 0.25% more. But he's shocked us before, so we'll see what he says. And yeah, like and subscribe, and see you soon.